is the interface, Chromeleon console. Start right here. This one.
Okay.
And then this is for instruments. That's how you control the temperature. Whenever you do maintenance, you want to turn this oven off, and then you also want all these to turn off. To do the data, you go to this data tab.
Okay.
And then we organize them into the month and then the day we ran it. So I just made this one to do that. I just copied this one.
Forester, a new one?
Yeah, and then I
Paste.
pasted it.
Okay.
And then I just renamed it to today's day tin study because
Okay.
that's what we're doing here. So this is what we have. I did maintenance and then I ran this hexane and then I also ran the retention
You
time
run
check.
hexane every time at the beginning?
I don't think they usually do, but I just did it just to be extra cautious. So this one just finished running. It's the standard 5.
Okay.
And we're gonna use that to...
It's like conditioning?
No, because we shortened the column, so we gotta see the new retention times. So that's what that one's for. And then, yeah, we run 1, 2.
So you run the standard 5 to check the column when you trimming the column?
Yeah, to find the new retention times.
Okay.
And then, yeah, all the standards, then an ICV, CV, and then I'm going to put the samples in
Why
here.
that is different colors?
Different colors? These ones are standards.
The standards are yellow and the samples.
Yeah, it's based
red.
off this column, calibration, standard.
Oh, okay.
And then
The
I think
sample.
everything else we put as unknown.
Okay. Okay.
So this is where I'm going to put all the or all the new samples.
So you use 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 extender?
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 50.
Okay. So yeah, the curve, then immediately after the curve you have to run the ICV, and then we also run the CV after that. And the CV is just standard 5, but we run it as an unknown.
Okay.
And then we compare that to
Why this is 0.5 and it's increasing the ppbs, and why is this 0.5 ppb? And then decreasing again?
I don't know. I think Jessie does that
It's like
because yeah, she gets a better curve when she does it that way. It's a little strange, but I'm not gonna change it. So we'll put stuff in. and then gotta update the position. These should be the same for all of them.
The method?
Yeah. So when you insert a new sample, right click, insert, it like auto populates everything. So all we did was change the name, and then it auto populates the position to the next number. But if this wasn't there, you can always just right click and fill down, so everything below it will copy that, or just, yeah.
So you say the same method that you copy is the same method from the copied, so you don't change any, use the date, and the method change the name, but it's the same method.
Yeah, the method stays the same. When we go and change the data, then this processing method will change, and then we can save the processing method as the new name. But we start with the previous one.
So this is the date is 10/02/23, and you use the same date. You not change the date to today's date.
We can later, but we don't need to, because it's just the method from the last time we ran it.
Okay.
And sometimes we don't change anything about it.
That's don't care.
Yeah, like we'll go into the data after it runs, and then we might have to like change which internal standards are used for some samples, and that will change the processing method, and then we'll save it as a new processing method.
And this position is the position that is here.
So this was the one I copied. So we'll put these in.
You put two second source at the beginning. This and this, it's the same, or you?
No, ICV is a different. That's the second source.
So you put one ICV and one close. This is close verification.
Yeah, calibration verification.
So those are different, and also you put this is the same. Close verification.
These are all.
These are two different vials.
Yes.
And these are
the same.
The same vial.
Yeah, we don't need two. The reason we do two is because we need a passing one at the end.
Corroborate one is best.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's because we won't be here when this finishes, so it's best to have two just in case.
Okay.
So yeah, these are the same exact vial.
Same, but the other it's two different
the
vials.
ICV, is vial 9.
Because I just prepare one, not
ICV,
two. The ICV and the close.
And then this is the main one.
Yeah.
The CV.
So that's the numeration is here.
Here.
Oh, this.
Yeah, it's a little
start
hard.
here?
No, it starts this one. So 1 is this row, 61 is this one, 111 is this one.
Okay.
It follows the
one is
layout.
this one. This is this one. And you only need to put according this number to the.
Yep. So
it's easy to
we'll
do
put
mistakes here.
Yeah. We have these 8 samples. We'll put them in 61 through 68.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay.
Blink.
So you need to change there, right? After you put it here. Oh my God, that's.
So 61. 67, 68, Yeah, it's a little hard to line up, but
Yeah.
these
And what's
these sections
all
are
those? What are all those?
easy. These are old samples.
Okay.
That she
So
never
you
took off.
keep it until it's full, then clean it.
No, you should clean it.
Okay.
Jesse hasn't been here in a while.
Okay.
Okay. So 61 through 68.
61 to 68. Okay.
61, 68.
And then this
Which one?
this is already in the position. This.
Yes, these are
You already
in
put it
position.
in that.
Because I copied that from this one.
And it's the same. You don't move any.
Yeah, I didn't move anything.
Okay.
I should double check though because Jesse ran this,
Okay.
so I don't know
Is the
if something got moved. But yeah.
60 is the same.
60 is this one. Yeah.
Same.
Retention time check is standard 5.
5.
Should be in position 5.
5.
Yeah, I ran that.
Okay.
Yeah, these standards usually don't
2.
move to a different spot. So
2 this.
2 and 2,
Okay.
3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 5,
Okay.
1 and 1.
Good.
Yeah. These
And it's
shouldn't-
closed. It's new cap. You change
Yeah.
the recap.
I just ran this one, so that's why it's
Okay.
been used.
Okay. Then you
Uh,
save it or
Yeah, you have to save it pretty often. Pretty much every time you make a change, you have to save it, or else it doesn't like keep the save.
okay.
So I'm gonna make all these interrupted.
Interrupted is
Yeah.
the status should have this.
Yeah, interrupted means pause. So if it's on
Pause.
idle, then
Finish is done.
yeah,
This and you
these
need to
have
do
just been
also
ran.
put it interrupted or not.
Which one? Oh no,
Those
these are done.
you
Interrupted
don't-
means it hasn't been done yet,
done yet.
and it's paused.
So you don't do this only 3 to 21.
No, I just finished these
Oh, that's-
earlier today. I ran
Okay.
it at 11 and 12.
Okay.
So interrupted is pause if we want it to be like ready to go.
Ideal is it's
Yeah, idle, so it's waiting. And
Okay.
every time you make a change, you have to. Every time before you run it, make sure you save.
okay.
So this is the resume button. So if I press this, anything with idle will
Run.
run.
Uninterrupted done.
It'll pause.
Pause.
Yeah. So I think if it's like this, it might run this one, and then when this one's finished, it'll run this one. So that's not what we want. We want everything under where we want to be
You want
paused.
to run the calibration curve?
Yes, because the
For
last
this
time
one.
it was calibrated was beginning of October.
Okay.
So I did maintenance and I shortened the column.
Uh-huh.
So now I want to do a new calibration curve. So that's what we'll do. Let me see.
So you don't need to run this in every batch. Only when you do the maintenance, run
Yes.
this and this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to do maintenance every time. You don't need.
But
to do
you need
curve
to
every
save it
time.
for the batch. This two. You need to have this in this batch, or you can delete it. Those rows. Those.
Yeah, you can leave it there. What do you mean?
These two need to be in the report or in the batch.
Oh.
It's saying and this in every batch, or you can move those lines there.
Yeah, you can just leave it there. You don't need to like turn in data for it or anything.
Okay.
It's fine how it is. Okay. So if we want to run the curve and then like pause once the curve is done, we would make all these idle and make everything below it
Okay.
interrupted. And then
To see.
make sure you
To see the
press
curve.
save
And it's the
before you
it's-
start it.
Okay. That's if you want to see the curve before continue with the samples. You do
Mhm.
that. But if you don't want to see the curve, you can go.
Yeah, what we'll
off.
do today is I'm just gonna let it all run,
Okay.
and then we'll look at the data tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow. Okay.
So each sample takes, I think, 45 minutes about. 40 to 23, 43-ish minutes.
It's take for sample how long
Yeah.
time? Take
Mhm.
1 hour?
43 minutes about
43 minutes off for all?
for each one. That's why we're not gonna have time to look at the
Okay.
ending curve and see if everything passes.
Okay.
So
I
actually,
got it.
yeah. So make sure you save, because if you don't save and then you start it, then anything you just did won't
Don't
won't
run.
have
Don't do
won't
it.
be made.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's happened also in the office.
Yeah.
I need to do that.
Okay, so we want to process this data, the retention time check. So we're gonna do this. You just double click on the sample you want, and then
For processing.
the Chromeleon Chromatography Studio opens. So there's two things. There's the console. Whoops. There's the console, which is where we have the sequence
Okay.
and we control the instrument.
Mhm.
And then the studio is where we
Process
the data.
chromatograms.
You can click studio,
Studio.
or just double click the sample you want.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. We always want the channel to be MS quantitation.
Mhm.
Sometimes this gets clicked, but you just always want to click that one. Alright. So we have the injections here. So we're clicking RT check injection,
Okay.
and then these are the analytes in it. So let's check this one.
Those all are the analytes.
Yes, internal
6.
standards, and then there's 3 analytes in the surrogate.
3 analytes and so excellent.
And you see that there's an exclamation point.
Mm-hmm.
That means there's some issue. It tells you the issue component
What
is.
kind of issue?
You just hover and it tells you component is detected, but confirmation failed
Oh,
because
okay.
peak ratio is not within tolerance.
Oh, okay.
So that means.
Confirmation.
So this is the analyte peak, and these two are confirmation peaks
Of the same analyte?
of the same analyte. So this gets split up in the mass spec, and then it measures the intensity or something, and then the other ions that were made also get measured. And to confirm that this is like what we're seeing, then this ion and this ion have to look how we're expecting.
Okay.
So this one, it shows the retention time right above it, 11:17. So this looks like a good curve. It's processing the data correct. this one, if you click on it, it shows where it's processing data. Retention time 1:11:17.
Yeah.
But there's an issue with this one. The retention time's over here.
It's a little.
So it's processing this data when it should be processing this. So that's why there's a problem with this one. Okay, so let us go to processing. We will, with this one selected, we'll delete all peaks. And we will manually integrate.
So now it's 11:17.
So yeah, now
So it
it's,
was marking different,
yeah, there's like a
peaks.
tiny peak
Tiny
here,
peak that-
and it accidentally.
and it
Did
marked
that.
like 11:30 there, not 11:17.
Mm-hmm.
So when that happens, you need to do manually. The three need to be in the same retention time. This, and this.
They should be, yes.
That should be.
So this,
So that need to.
yeah, I think if we
Save it?
it should update. Let's see, save.
That manual integration you need to report when you process all. Report every manual.
In the samples and the curve, yes. But right
Okay.
now we're still setting up the instrument and the method.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
this is for. We're just trying to get the right retention times. So we picked standard, our CV standard, and we're figuring out what the retention times are, and we're gonna set the instrument to look for those
Okay.
for the following samples.
Mhm.
Alright, so this one looks good. We can, I believe, right click here. So it's MS component table. We want to do the component we're doing right now, MBT. So the previous retention time was 11.26,
Yeah.
but since we trimmed it and
11.
now it's running 11.17 retention time. We want to get the current retention time.
Okay. That's for get the right retention time.
Mm-hmm. So
And
we've
it's fixed the.
we've updated this
Exclamation.
method to the current instrument settings. Let's also, let me see. Okay. Let's do the next one.
You need to do all for all.
Yeah.
And this will.
This will update all the
Update
retention
all,
times.
So you don't need to do with every
So,
sample.
yeah, exactly.
With the RT check.
So that, yeah, it'll have the right retention times for all these. Hopefully the right retention
Yeah.
times. So yeah, this is something we do before the curve and before the batch. Alright, next analyte has
It's
a look.
TPRT.
This looks good. This looks good. This looks good. The retention time's not the same, but it's essentially the
Pretty
same.
close.
It's right on the center of the peaks. So that looks good. Okay. Let's update this. Get current retention time. Let's see. Okay. We'll save it as a new method later. Okay, let's do this one. So there's a problem there. It's because the previous retention time was 14.011, and there's a tiny peak right here.
It's mark
So
the
that's why
the
it's it's getting the wrong data because the previous setting was wrong.
Okay.
That's why we have to update. Okay, so this one looks good. This one bad. We go to processing up here. Delete all peaks and just add a better baseline. 13.92 looks good.
Okay.
This one looks good. Okay, let's update this. Get current retention time. Looks good.
So, in this, what do you put in this vial?
That vial is standard 5
Oh, okay.
RCV.
Yes.
So we're setting the instrument to have the retention times that standard 5 has.
It's the middle.
Because
standard.
that's the middle one. That's the one we use to check our CV. So that's the best vial to have as a baseline.
Okay.
Okay, let's
Gotcha.
this one. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Internal standard. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. There's a little bit of tailing. You can see the start of the integration and the end of the integration.
Yeah.
It's pretty far.
Yeah.
But that's fine. We can adjust that in the actual samples. That should be fine. Okay. Get current retention times. And then the other thing we want to do is adjust the qualifier ratios. So I forget how to do that. Let's see. Let's start with this. I missed that section. One and two. Let's see. Meditation peak, confirmation peak. No, that's not it. I think. Okay, so MS component table, the same one we've been in. You want to click Show Properties,
Okay.
and then go to Extracted Ion Chromatography,
Mm-hmm.
and retention window. You want to update. You want to click Update. So what that does is, so this is the data for this analyte, MBT. It has the retention time.
Yeah.
We just updated that. That's why the shift in the retention time is 0 for all these. It also has confirmed. This is an important column. Earlier it said not confirmed because the ion ratios were off. I should have showed you that.
Yeah.
So it said, oh, actually, let's save this. Save as. Save this first. I want to save the processing method as a new one.
So
Whoops. Okay, I'm just gonna save.
different date.
Okay, I just saved it. I probably should have saved it as a new one. Let's do this. So now we updated this processing method, and that's pretty much what we want to process all these with. So I think what I want to do is process all these with this.
Because those are different method to this one, right?
Yeah.
And you are fixing the
Yeah, we just
time
fixed this one.
for this one, not for the other.
Yeah.
But now it's all the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's do that. And then if that's wrong, we can
We'll
always,
see later.
we can click here,
Yeah.
and then it'll use one of those other processing methods.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, like if I click this one,
Uh-huh.
it'll use that processing method for all these,
Yeah.
and you'll see like
All
now
is different.
things don't confirm.
And all those have the question mark there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, but this processing method. Okay, that's fine. So let's update those. What are they? The qualifier ratios. So
But
you
this
just go-
sequence is the old one?
That's the name of the batch.
Oh, it's just the name.
Mm-hmm. But the processing method is this one.
Really? That's
Yeah.
weird. Okay, it's because there are different programs, right? It's like different windows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we can change between processing methods later, but we can't really change the batch name.
Okay.
Okay, so when I update this, it has ion expected ratios.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, confirmation ion, the ion expected ratio is like the what is this? Basically, the intensity of this one compared to the intensity of this one.
Uh-huh.
So it's that number is 100 right now.
Okay.
Based off previous batches.
Okay.
So we want to update that so that this is what we're seeing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Observe.
want,
You want the spec
we want to change all these expecteds
to the observe.
to what we're basing it off of, to this one. So I believe clicking update would do that. And then we want it for all compounds. Okay, let's try that. that. And then there's 2 ion ratios, so it should do both. Ion 1 and ion 2. Alright, that looks good.
Chain?
Yeah, I'm looking here, and now all the expecteds and observes
it's the same
are
now.
equal. Yeah.
So you need to do the same for...
No, I was able to do all of it at once, just by selecting all.
Okay.
If right now it would have just done one, but you can select which ones you want. So I did all.
Oh, but you don't need to do this with this. It's the same. Or it's work for this and also for this at the same time. Okay. Both ions.
So when the observed ion ratio is too far from the expected ion ratio, this will say not confirmed, and then the overall ion ratio will say not confirmed. Let's show you that. So let's undo this manual integration. Oh, I mean, I fixed it, so...
Yes, the first one you did.
Yeah, but we changed the retention time, so now when I delete the manual integration, it's processing it correct.
Okay.
So I was trying to show you it incorrect. Let's just... Okay. So there, now it's processing incorrectly. It says not confirmed because this second ion ratio is very bad.
Okay.
Yeah, see, it's observing 0.65 when it should be 61.
No, it should be the same.
So this column is very important. You want everything to be confirmed. So let's make that how it should have been. Okay, that's back. Alright, so how do I... Oh, okay. Oh, that's what I should have done. Yeah, that's what I should have done. So you can right click this. This is the processing method. We want to save it as a new processing method. Send 31, 23, same.
Today.
Yes. Okay. Let's save this. Okay, close this. And then now we want all of these samples to be processed with that new processing method. There we go. Alright. We're good to start. I'm going to...
Save?
Oh, yes. Yes. Thank you. Saving is very important. I want to undo the changes that I did to that processing method. I don't know where it is though. Chromeleon local 23, 10. Which one is it? This one? Here's that. How do I get there? should be fine. But now we have the right name. Alright. So we saved. And we'll just start.
You only mark one row.
Yeah, you don't need to mark anything. It'll just go
will
to the
start
first
in
idle one.
Okay.
Yeah. We already saved. Alright.
And you don't need add solvent for the needle, hexane or something? In the
Yeah,
wash?
I already did because I did this earlier.
Okay.
So I
It's
refilled
here?
hexane in all of these. These four.
Okay.
And then yeah, before I did
Before
this,
start.
yeah, I
So
changed
where
the liner.
you just did play in the
Yeah, this button.
Okay. Just play and that's start. Okay.